All right, how's it going, guys? This is Hala Pablo. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into Bitcoin. Let's look at Bitcoin, skip all the BS, and get right into it like I like to do. First thing we're going to look at, okay, is this 200 and 400 simple moving average chart. Nothing special here, very basic, simple and basic, but very telling. Now, this pocket between the 200 and the 400 SMA, this is not something that would be strange for us to fill again. As you see, we've already filled it 3 times since we had the crossover, that first crossover. These are the 3 areas where the overthrow has gone beyond the 200 SMA and has stopped at the 400 after this crossover here that happened back in June of 23. And so, in fact, this crossover also, this was where the price failed to go above the 400 SMA and the 200 SMA and experience the bear market proper. It took about a year for this to transpire, and then the crossover here happened back in June. We'll say June 2023. And then since then, we've been in this macro bull run, and where the price has 3 times since then fallen between the 200 and the 400 simple moving averages. Now, it hasn't gone past the 400. It's bounced off the 400 like we see here. Then that happened back in April, and that's when we hit that 76 floor there. I anticipated it to go lower if you were following these videos back then, but we got stopped out, and we continued on with the macro bull run. But lo and behold, here we are again at the 200, knocking on the door of the 200 SMA, and it is very possible, it's very plausible that we're going to go beneath it and fall beneath it. If we take this more on a micro, on a 4-hour, you know what? Let's go even deeper. Let's go to a 1 hour and see what's going on there. See, we've gone beneath it already, and yeah, the sellers are clearly in control here. Bears are clearly in control. We haven't been able to. We've held a pretty good floor here at 106.7, but we're not able to get back above the ice. This has become effectually the ice barrier here. We're not able to come back across it, so we're effectively under it. And then on a 30-minute, it's keeping a pretty faithful floor here, but the volume is low. We've had kind of a push here back on the this was the 18th. This was earlier. This was around 7 o'clock this morning. We had this candle come up, and this was a fairly high demand. It was a demand test. It didn't do anything. Failure to rally. So a lot of effort, little result. So that's not good. That's, if you're a bull, that's not good. So I anticipate a few more tries, and then we're going to go down. I think that this is effectually going to be a redistribution range. Now, okay, we get out of this now and go back to the main charts. I want to show you guys something here. This is the Bitcoin CME futures. This is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. We have an unfulfilled gap here. We have a gap that hasn't been closed out at around 91.5. If you see this happened back in April. Yeah, this area here between these 2 Gann lines here, right here. As you know, these gap areas are kind of like magnets for price action to revisit. This one was closed here, up here, got closed here, but this one still remains open, and that's 93, 92, 93. So if we fall beneath, it, we go back to this chart here, bring it back to the daily, I guess. And why isn't it going back to daily? Let's see, hourly, daily. Here we go. All right. Why does it do that, man? Such a pain. All right. We fall beneath this 200, as it looks like we're doing. Remember, we just looked at the micro and the VSA, and it doesn't look like the bulls are doing much to stay above the ice. So if we come down here, it looks like we're gonna take another dip in this pocket here between the 200 and the 400, kind of like what we did here back in April. And right now, presently, the 400 SMA is at 96,000. So yeah, if we start retracing even deeper from the 200 SMA, then this is going to retract a little bit as well. So you see how we had a little bit of overthrow beneath it, at least a wick here beneath the 400. We could see something like that also if we continue to see the bear pressure come in and fear just take over, FUD just inundate the crypto markets. We could have another sell-off to that magnitude coming down here, and that could effectually close out this CME gap, this unmitigated CME gap at around 93,000. We could wick down and hit it. So that is possible. We look at the news here. Bitcoin price forecast. Bitcoin could retest 100,000 before resuming its upward trend. So I think it's going to go beneath 100,000. Actually, I think 100,000 is pretty much a given. We're gonna go down and retest it and hit these lower areas here. We're gonna get into the 90s. I don't think we'll fall beneath 90. But again, that CME gap is at 93, and if we look we look at it from a Wyckofian perspective, in a VSA perspective, it doesn't look like buying pressure is coming in to that extent to keep us above and reverse what's already happened, which has been precipitated through like the tariffs and whatever else, rumors, and the crypto markets are so heavily manipulated. It can be pretty tough to call this, and it is frustrating, but what are you going to do? I mean, Bitcoin is probably the most sought after commodity in the world. So right now, and so these boys play for keeps. So any way that they can catalyze or manipulate through Washington, through the whole global economic conundrum, they're going to do it. They're going to throw everything at us. So be very careful in these periods. I'm not unloading anything at this point. When I buy Bitcoin, I hold it. It would be good if we came all the way back down to the 400. We're not going off the fractals like I used to. And so now I'm just going off these monster EMAs, the 200 and the 400, and then we'll see what happens there. If we get down to the 400, we're going to treat it like something like this. We're gonna eyeball it, and if we have like what turns out to be a redistribution, then we can go down for a much deeper spell like we did here in this macro bear market proper. But that's only if we cross beneath the 400 crosses above the 200, and then the price action isn't able to go above both of those crossovers, and then it ducks back down. Then we can conclusively just figure that we're in it. We're going down to the Titanic. So. And then, of course, if that happens, we'll be watching the CVDD and the MVRV Z-score as well to determine where the bottom might be. Right now, the bottoms are around here at the -1 line as far as the terminal price and Z-score for the cumulative value days destroyed. So I'm going to be looking at here. We're not quite down there yet, but these would be the regional bottoms. That was these two bottoms. This is basically the 400 right here, where the second bottom comes in. I don't know if you can see this, like here, as far as like the Z-score. So we're going to look at that as well, but that's only if once we get into the region of the 400. So I'll be doing updates all the while. So be sure not to miss it. I'm not prognosticating anything. I'm just trying to go off the metrics and just give you an honest, balanced technical analysis overview of Bitcoin without claiming to have a crystal ball or anything like that. Please do your own research. Don't go off of anything I say. I'm not a financial advisor, but you already knew that. And with that, I'm going to take off, man. All right, God bless you. Thanks for tuning in, and like, subscribe if you haven't, and stay abreast with more updates as they come out. All right, guys, I got stuff to do. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Adios. Bye-bye.